You know that there are icons in FC25 that EA have just butchered the rating on completely. Some are far too low and some are even a little bit too high. Well, today we fixed that. We went through every single men's icon on the entire game and give them an accurate rating based on their real life career. Not only that though, you're going to see us compare different icons to each other and let you know which players were better in real life. So your job today for me is to let me know down in the comments which of these icon ratings we got horribly wrong. Which do you actually disagree with? Going to go from the lowest rated icon to the highest rated icon. So we're starting off with Zambrotta and we'll end on Pele. So sit down, strap in, and get ready for some ball knowledge. Boys, we're going to start with Zambrotta. 87. So boys, are we saying this is fair? Are we saying this is fair? 87, boys. Yeah? Boys, we're giving Zambrotta an 87. I'm down for that. I'm down for Zambrotta 87. But we just a little rule. We can't upgrade everyone, okay? We can't upgrade everyone. Speaking of, Crespo. Crespo, higher or lower or same? Crespo, higher or lower or same? Or here, we can do hero, but we can't change the graphic. 86, 87, 85. I'm seeing 85 from LRT. Luke Foot says 85. Boys, I think from the average there, it looks like 86. Chris, he said 88. Yeah, Chris, I'm not sure. 88, y'all don't know. Chris, convince us then. Chris, why is Crespo 88, son? 87 feels fair. 87 feels fair on Crespo, no? 86, Murph. 85 hero. Milan and Parma Crespo as goals. Pom, what do you think about 87? Because Luke Foot says a lot hero. I'm seeing a few hero shouts, boys. Boys, 87 hero. Okay, we can say this is a hero, but I'm saying 87 rated. Let's not do the hero or icon today. Tune this. This is a big tune. Big tune. Boys, we're not doing the icon or hero just because we can't for the graphic. We could maybe say it on like an inside. Ashley Cole. Right, boys, you cannot complain that you can't rate Ashley Cole. You cannot complain that you can't rate Ashley Cole. 88, I think 88. I agree, 88. 88. Logan says 88. Haz says 88. Noons 88. That boys, it's 88 all round. LRT says 89 though. World Edit's 88. All of us agree. Murph 88 as well. Boys, is that an easy one? All the right wingers that play against Ashley Cole, every single one without fail, says he's the best left back they've ever played against. On par with Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos is 90, boys. We're going to have to do some downgrades later. Boys, this one... Oh, boys, this one here is one of my biggest. I think this is a disgrace of a rating, to be fair. And I'm a Liverpool fan. Boys, I'm a Liverpool fan. I think this is a disgrace. You'd give him 3-star, 3-star. That's fair for Cole. Yeah, look at the amount of 89s in chat. I see the 99. 89. 8 boys, they've given him 86. This is... Yeah, Brad, you've said it how many times, Brad? I think I agree with a lot of you boys there. 89. Are we... Okay, if we're going 89... If we're going 89, are you happy that these two in respect are fair? What are we saying, as in, so are we saying Keane's better? Roy Keane was a better player than Ashley Cole. Cole was the best left back in the Prem, needs to be 89 as well. You know what I'm doing? I think this is fair. I think this is fair, boys. I think this is fair, then. I think Keane and Ashley Cole are the same level. I think that's fair. No, good. Sol Campbell. With Sol Campbell, my opinion is, I think he should be a hero. I think he should be a hero. I think 85 rated. I think 85. We'll go, the lowest we'll go today is 85, I think. 87 at most. Jimpy, I think lower, son. Hero 86. I think hero 86, but because we can't do heroes, what do you boys reckon on 85? We can't do that. I think 85's fair. 85's fair. I think realistically, you'd whack him down to a hero. But because we're not doing that today, I think that's fair. Veron 85. Jimpy says 85 hero. Roala 82. Remain 86, 87. Boys, in there, you got 4 ratings that are completely different. Boys, what do you reckon on 85? I think 85 is so fair for Veron. I think 85, I think 86 is too high. Veron's prime's too small. Honestly, man, you lot don't know ball. Pomeroy loves his boy. 60, okay, steady. You reckon 84, Mr. Baller? Yeah, 85 for Sabah. For Sabah's at 85. Right, we're happy with Veron 85. Luis Hernandez. Oh, boys, it's got to be a downgrade. What do we reckon? Boys, look at everyone low rating. K says 80. All right, relax. 85 hero fair. 83 is fair. Removed from the game. Out the game. Boys, should we just put out the game? Because I agree, this guy should not be here, this rating. Boys, I think we've all agreed. We'll give him... This is basically out the game. We'll give him one of them. That's my way of saying out the game. What do you reckon on that, boys? My nan's more of an icon. She'd get it as well, Charlie. She'd get it. Chica is a well better. Who's Oh, Chicharito. You mean Chicharito? Ali McCoy should have been an icon. Boys, Ali McCoy stole Luis Hernandez. What do we actually do? I'm not going to do 82. We'll stick at 84. 84, but 84 is basically my way of saying he shouldn't be an icon. That's kind of your way of saying he shouldn't be an icon, right? Boys, what do you reckon on Essien? 88, 88, Jimpy and LRT, then Nunes has 87. Essien so underrated on his day. I'm seeing 87 a lot, boys. Nanny icon, relax. Charlie says 88. Palm 87. I think 87's fair. So are we agreeing on this, boys? That seems fair to Big. That seems fair to Big Gaff. That seems fair to Big Gaff, boys. What do we reckon? You can't go too much with it. You can't go too much. He stays the same, Brandon. I did one higher. One higher. 87, so I can still get him in a max 87 icon pick. Yo, K's thinking about the meta game here, boys. Larsson. How is this guy an icon? How is this guy an icon? Not in the game. 87, Murph. 88, Endo. Boys. 87. No, boys. 87, Nunes. Just can't run. Celtic. Him for Celtic. Yeah, but oh, my God. You cannot be an icon for playing for Celtic. I'm sorry. We're not doing it. 86 icon. That's what... Yeah, Rafinha. You can say keep him the same. Because we actually meant to leave him at 86. We need to leave Larsson at 86. 86. Gattuso next. This is back to the Serie A prime. This is back to the Serie A prime. What do you reckon? No, Harrison, I don't. Harrison, what do you mean, by the way? You're an Aberdeen fan and you think 85. That's why. 87. I've seen a lot of 87s. A lot of 87s. 88 feels high. I'm down for 87. 88 feels high. Oh, addition, Harrison. Is that what you're saying? Harrison, I'm getting ultimate. I'm down for 87. I think 88's too high. Gattuso was class back in that Milan team, but 88's too high. 88. Gattuso was a destroyer. He wasn't the best player. I mean, the stats show it, boys. The stats show it. I'm down that we can do 87. What do you reckon on then? Are we happy on 87? No one's going to fight over it. We're happy on 87. I think 88's too high. Harrison, 87, yeah, and I rate Harrison's ball knowledge. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. Yeah, Chris. No, Chris, for that clip alone, 88. I think we'll go with that, boys. Gattuso, 87, I'm happy with. We can't give him higher because he wasn't even that good on the ball, boys. And I know that. That's ball knowledge. That's ball knowledge. Xabi Alonso. I'm a Liverpool fan. This one's rough. Reno, 89. Reno, is that bias sneaking in there, Reno? Better than Kino. Me and Jimpo, the bias. 89, 100. No, 89's high for Xabi. He's an 88. He's an 88. He's an 88 because Xabi Alonso, his prime, is not as long as people think. He's one of them players that I think people nostalgia gas up. People gas him up nostalgia-wise. Put Keane up a rating. So we can go do this then. What are we saying? Yeah, but then Cole and Keane not the same. So we're saying we put Keane up here. Keane goes to an 89. Right? Keane goes to an 89. And we leave Xabi Alonso at an 88 rather than bring him down. This is what we got so far. Oh, we didn't touch Larsson. But Rijkaard, though, I think Rijkaard goes down. Mercer 86. Stays 87. You have no clue. That's fair. Nunes, that's honesty right there. I think Rijkaard goes down. Larsson's better than Rijkaard. I think Rijkaard goes down. I think they're the same rating. I think 86. I've seen a few 86s. I think you put Rijkaard 86. And then that way you got Rijkaard and Larsson the same rating, look. Same rating. We're happy with that. No chance he's as good as Essien. That's what I was... Look, I'm saying he's going down one. I agree. I think Torres has to go up, boys. This is disrespectful. This is disrespectful. Sorry to interrupt, but if you are liking the video, even if you disagree with some of these ratings, go and drop us a like on the video below because it does help us out big time. Legends. 88, 89, Reno, I'm thinking it. El Nino, 89. And there's a lot of Liverpool fans in this chat, which might skew it. Jimpy, 89. Haroon, 87 for Torres is disrespectful. Easiest 89 ever. Torres is 89. That's no bias. No, that's no bias. He's 89. You can't say that's bias. That's 89. That's spot on. This guy, man. Pires don't deserve 87. Boys, I'll do this one for us. This is the easiest 86 ever. That's the easiest 86 ever. We just move on. I think we move on. 86. Boys, we're happy with 86. We move on. 86, move on. Nah, no one's getting above Pires. Pires is worst icon in the game. Just get rid. Exactly. There you go. Pires 86. Now Lampard. This depends where you stop. This depends where you land on the English icons debate. 89's overrated, man. Lampard is not 89. Lampard is not 89. Everyone's going up, man. If Alonso is 88, that's fair. Okay, so I've seen your ratings. I respectfully disagree, and he goes to an 88. But he's not an 89, boys. In the debate, he's not as good as Gerrard. He's not an 89. He's better than Xabi. Did we give Xabi an 88? Boys, I'm not gonna lie. I think I let you boys take over on this one. Xabi stays 87. I'm a Liverpool fan. Xabi stays 87. I let you boys take over on that one. We're not doing it. You can't give Xabi Alonso an 88. When we look at this, I told you we changed with the ratings. Boys, look at the 89s in the game in a minute. Boys, look at the 89s in the game. Look at the 89s, right? He's Lampard. Lampard is not as good as Figo. Okay, Stoichkov. I don't know about Jairzinho. How is Zanetti an 89, bro? What the hell? Hugo Sanchez, Drogba. You know what? We'll give Lampard an 89. You know what? I can see 89. I can see it. Look, I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it. I can see it then. Okay, fine. Yeah, the legend's spoken. We're not doing Makelele 89, boys. I think 87's fair, and I think people are agreeing. 87 seems fair. You boys are spot on. Makelele is a good player, and everyone goes on about the Makelele role. Don't overdo it. He's an 87 rated. We can move on. I'm happy with that. Zola. I think Zola's also an 87. Zola's one of the players that people overdo because he looks nice. Nah, boys, he stays 88 max. I think he stays 87. Endo 88. Zola 89. Boys, Zola 89 is too high. Zola 89 is too high. Give this man 88 minimum. I think 87. Can you prove to me why this man's 87? Who's 88? Let me see who's 88, by the way. Who is 88? Ribery. Is Zola as good as Vieira, Ribery, Van Persie, Rooney, Jet? Boys, Zola is not 88. Boys, look at this little run of players here. Zola is not the same rating as these players. Zola's 88 max. Zola is 88 absolute max. No. Zola is 88 absolute max. It's not even close. John Barnes. Oh, boys, I can do this one for us. This is not even... No one argue. I'm guessing we're happy with John Barnes 90. John Barnes 90. I'll see you in a bit, Endo, son. 90 John Barnes, because we aren't racist. If you know, you know, Reno. 89, 87. You boys are so young. You boys are so... Nah, you don't see the vision. 89. Yeah, but okay, I'll drop Barnesy down. I'll leave the bias. John Barnes is 89. I'm leaving the bias. That's not even biased. That's now not biased. If you think John Barnes is below 89, you don't know ball. Nah, you don't say so. You're all good, bro. You're all good. Barnes, so... Yeah, that's awful takes. Awful takes. Vile takes. 90 was fine, yeah, but I think it's a little bias. I think a little bias creeping through. They've never seen him play. Yeah, no one here seen Barnes play live. But if you know football, you know Barnes is not 87. You know Barnes is not 87. Don't try that. Same with Ian Rush as well, by the way. Boys, this one's an 89 as well. If you're giving Alan Shearer as 89, Ian Rush is 89. Rush is not 88. Rush is not 88. Boys, this is not glazed. We're talking about one of the best strikers ever. We're talking about one of the best strikers ever. He's 89. 90 for the Tash. Now we're talking. Now we've got ball knowledge. 90 for the Tash. Now we're talking. But we'll give him 89. Oh, if you want to downgrade icons, though, boys, we can chat with Kluivert. If you want to downgrade icons, we can chat with Kluivert. 87, 88, Murph. No. Kluivert is not 88. When we're speaking about some of these icons that we're moving up, you've got to move some down as well. Mackett, you've got to move some down as well, though. Kluivert, 85 to 86. No comment. 86. There you go. 87, stay. You've got to move some down, boys. Suker, again, is one of the ones for me who should not be in the game. That is far too high for Suker. Suker 87, again, when we're speaking about some of these. Suker was worse. I'm down for that, Jimpy. 85, you can't see. Look at that. We've left the 87 in the background there, so we'll just make this bigger. I think 86 is too high. Vidic 90 from some of you boys is too high. Vidic 90 is too high. Don't overdo Vidic. Vidic 90 is too high. That's recency bias. You're either a Man United fan or it's recency bias. Him and Rio best partnership. It's, boys, he is not a 90 rated. He had to be next to Rio Ferdinand to play that well. I can go up from an 87. We can go up from an 87. But Vidic as a centre-back is an 88. As a partnership next to Rio Ferdinand, yeah, he's different, but he wasn't the better centre-back in that partnership. That's fair. We're happy with Vidic 88. We're happy. Petit, I think this is one. Boys, anyone else think he just stays the same? Keep the same. Look at that, boys. Same. We can all agree on that. Because Petit's a good player, not a great player. Well, he is a great player because he's an icon. But I'm saying in the context of icons. In the context of icons, he's a good player, not a great icon. Ian Wright. Ian Wright. Ian Wright, 87 as well. Same as Petit. Would you say Ian Wright's as good as Petit? Because, again, he's the same as Petit. He started late in his career. He's a good player, but he's not an elite icon, right? He was a good finisher at his time. He's a ball, and also he's a sound fella, by the way. Sound fella. So 87 stays. Oh, this comes down. This, don't pick, no. Okay, if anyone said he's higher than 88, 90, you're crazy, man. You're crazy. Closer is an 80. Boys, just for context, by the way, for context, look what level we're talking with Klose. Would you put Miroslav Klose on the same level as Scholes, Gerrard, Rooney, and Vieira? And Ribery? Oh, come on. Yeah, he's a World Cup legend. True, Harrison. Spot on, mate. He's a World Cup legend. But he 87. I even think 86, boys. He's a World Cup legend. If someone's an 87 hero, which I think an 87 hero is fair, they're an 86 icon. Klose, if we're not doing World Cup only, is an 86. If it's World Cup only, right, you can have... If my aunt had wheels, she'd be an uncle husband, right? It doesn't matter. Close 86, yeah, because we're not doing World Cup. Michael Owen, higher or lower? Michael Owen, higher or lower? No, I've seen... Okay, whoever made that argument about Pele being 60 rated if we exclude the World Cup, that is very, very fair. And I didn't think about it like that, but I'm just going to ignore you. Easiest thing to do. Owen 87. Oh, my God. Owen 87. This man won a Ballon d'Or, people. This man won... The guy won a Ballon d'Or, man. The guy won a Ballon d'Or. How are we going lower, man? Well, Papin is a hero and also won the Ballon d'Or. That is true. It is true. But Papin is not as good as Owen. I don't care. He's not on par with Gerrard. Boys, I can do 87. It's no, I was going to go 87. It's the 86s that are pissing me off. 87 spot on for Owen. The 86s and 85s, have a look in the mirror. 89 to 90 is too high. Tyrant, he had too short of a peak, mate. He had too short of a peak. Van Persie, 89 is high. 90 is too high. 90s. If you're saying Van Persie's 90, you are again saying that Van Persie is on the same level as Raul. But okay, Bergkamp come down. Rivaldo, Xavi, Mateus, Pirlo, Hullet. Van Persie is not on that level. I'm sorry, but Van Persie is just not on that level, boys. We keep him at 88 and everyone's happy. If you say an 89, you can back 88. If you say an 87, you can back 88. You can back 88. Franck Ribéry. Franck Ribéry. A lot of 89s. A lot of 89s. A lot of 89s fair. EA Gin says 90 though. Murph 89. Lando 87. Boys, we can't downgrade Ribéry. Come on. Boys, my rating's 89 personally. Ribéry was world class. Logan, if any of these icons were not world class, I think we need to get rid of them. I'm happy with this. We happy with this? 90 for Vieira. 90 for Vieira. So, okay, if we're saying 90 for Vieira, if we're saying 90... boys, I was going to say 90 for Vieira as my first thought. Is Vieira better than Roy Keane? Because I've seen some 88s as well. Is Vieira better than Roy Keane? Everyone's saying yes to Vieira being better than Keane. I think they're on the same level, personally. I've seen a few no's, though. Boys, I've seen a few no's. We've gone too far. Boys, I've fucked up the rating here. I think if Keane's 89... Vieira's 89. Bit fucked, but that'll do. I get the 90s, but if Keane's 89... Reno knows. Pomeroy's back, son. Pom, what do you reckon, son? I think if Keane's 89... Boys, Vieira is 89, and that's because Roy Keane's 89. Boys, Juan, Rooney. Boys, can I do my rating early on? You guys tell me yours. This is my rating early on. Oh, is it a 0 or 1? Is it a 0 or 1? I think it's a 0. I think 1 would push it. I think 1 would push it. I'm tempted for 91. I'm tempted for 91. 90 for Rooney seems fair. 90 all day. I think 90 is the most common, we're saying, boys. 90 is definitely the most common. 90, boys. I know you're saying 91. Rooney on his day was a baller. Absolute baller. And 88 by EA is too low. 88 by EA is too low. 91, though, when we get to some of the 91s, boys, I think you'll see. There's a difference, boys. You'll see. We'll see. And we can come back and go, but I think when we get to the 91s, you'll see, boys. So Wayne Rooney gets a 90. Now, boys, this is the one. This is the main one I was curious about. Boys. I'm just gonna leave this here. I'm just gonna leave this here. I'm just gonna leave this here. I think that's spot on. I think that's spot on. What you say, boys? Saying okay, 92 is ridiculous. He's not better than Xabi. Eat broad. You boys don't know ball, man. 87's vile. Steven Gerrard is a 90 rated. Xavi does not clear. Xavi does not clear. All Scholes on the other hand. Boys, what do we reckon on this? Have we got thoughts on this? Have we got thoughts? 88, 87, 89, 88, I reckon. Okay, does he stay at 88? He's not on Gerrard's level. Let's not do that. Boys, we've got ball knowledge around here. We're not getting fooled by anyone. He's not on Gerrard's level. So, boys, just to recap. Endo, can we deal with the tune on? So, boys, we're saying Scholes 88, Gerrard 90, Scholes 88, Gerrard 90, and Lampard 89. So, are we saying it goes Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes? Do we all agree? Gerrard, Lampard, Scholes. So, we've gone Lampard 89. We've gone Gerrard 90 and Scholes 88. We all agree? Now, Rio Ferdinand, what are we saying? I've seen a couple Rio Ferdinands 90 before. 90 for Ferdinand. Rio 89. I think Palmer's spot on, boys. I think Rio 89. 89, boys, I think 89 for Rio's. Mwah. Can anyone give me a reason he's 90? A lot of you boys are saying 90. Can anyone give me a reason Rio Ferdinand is on the same level as Pirlo, Xavi, Del Piero? 91 is too high. We can't even go there. What about Thuram? Does anyone have ball knowledge? 88, that World Cup performance solidifies that alone. So we leaving him as 88. But just to be clear, my thing on Thuram's 88. I think 88's fair. I think 88's fair. Boys, I think Thuram, I think what we've agreed is 88. He's class in the World Cup. Class in the World Cup. But 88's fine. Ronald Koeman, he can come down in my eyes, boys. Boys, I need to check if this is going to blow up. 86 for Koeman says Nunes. Jimmy says 86 Koeman. 89 is bare minimum for Turan. Ah, come on, man. We're on Koeman. 90's too... Henky, mate. Who are you? Henky, you're Dutch. Is everyone down on 86? Can anyone give me a good reason he's not 86? Koeman, Ronald Koeman is 86. If you can give me a good reason, I'll back it. You don't get 288 goals at centre-back. Right, I'm going to Google it now. This is what I'll do. If Koeman actually does have 288 goals, we'll give him one higher. If Koeman actually does have 288 goals, he's got 250... You know what? 253 goals as centre-back. You know what? 253 goals as centre-back. 87. Right, we're happy with that. I've met you in the middle. Henky, I've met you in the middle. Henky, I've met you in the middle. But, boys, Desailly. Desailly's... I think I'll do this one, boys. I'll lead from the front here. I'll lead from the front like a prime Harry Kane, and I'll say Desailly's spot on at 88. So, Desailly's better than Koeman. I think so. Is that what we're saying? I think Desailly was better than Koeman. I think Desailly was better than Koeman. That is ball knowledge. I think Desailly was a better player than Ronald Koeman. What about Petr Cech? Boys, goalkeepers is rough, okay? So, boys, for context, before we do goalkeepers, just so you know, we've got Cech at 88, Van der Sar at 88. We've got... So, Cech and Van der Sar at 88, and then Schmeichel's 89. Casillas is 90, and Buffon's 91. So, there's like the... they're like the markers. So, Buffon 91... Schmeichel 89. Casillas was... What was Casillas? 90. And Van der Sar's 88. So what do you think, Che? I'm tempted for 90, boys. What do you reckon? Because I think when you put Casillas as 90, I think he's on par... God, Casillas, though. Casillas is probably Galactico. Who's better? Just put who's better, Cech or Casillas? Cech, Ika, Cech, Casillas. That's a lot of Casillas. I think, in that case, boys, we can... He's best Prem keeper of all time, but he's still 89. Are we happy with that? Them two hazardous. Happy with that? Best Prem keeper of all time, but still 89. So if you're saying that, Van der Sar better? I think Van der Sar, right? If Cech's 89, Van der Sar's 88 still. Boys, what do you reckon on that? What do you reckon on that? Van der Sar 89 as well. Nah. Van der Sar, boys, Cech is better. Casillas had a much better defense. That is not... Wait, no, that's not true. Boys, Nunes just said Casillas had a better defense than Cech. Bollocks. Cech is better than Van der Sar. Van der Sar's 88. I honestly think Van der Sar's so overrated. Spot on, Murph. 88. I'm glad we agreed. 88 Van der Sar, 89 Cech. Oh, boys, we can make it a quick one. Ain't none of us know about Fernando Hierro. Fernando Hierro gets an 86. We move on. Boys, no one's here to rate Fernando Hierro, right? What the fuck is a Hierro? Exactly, boys. I bat my 86. We can move on to Hadji. Boys, what about Hadji? We can do... Hadji's a bit techie. Hadji 87. I think Hadji 87 is spot on. Oh, 90 Hadjo is such glaze. Hadji. 90 Hadji is such glaze. Hadji's the definition of an 87. That spot. I'm glad we can agree on Hadji 87. I'm glad we agree, boys. Blonky 88. I think Blanc 88 is fine. And if anything, Blanc comes down. Hadji's so underrated. Nah, Endo, come on. Compared to some of the other boys. I think 88 he stays. I think Laurent Blanc 88 is one of them icons where he just feels like they've got him just about right. I could back an 87 if he comes down rather than up. We're happy with Blanc at 88, but David Beckham. Now you boys have a say. I can't believe I'm seeing 90 David Beckham. Boys, Bex is not a 90. Bex is not a 90. I can't believe the amount of Beckham 89. I think he stays 90 because he's handsome. Yeah, boys, if we're doing a looks tier list, I'm down with that because I personally would crack. I would crack. But we're not doing a looks tier list, unfortunately. I can't believe the amount of 90s there. I was going to say stays the same, but do we need to have to do this? I see 88 field. The way my dad talks about that man. Do we need to do an 89? Is that the dictatorship consensus? But I think 88 is absolute max. I think Beckham gets more because of his looks and stuff. And he's a class player. I'm saying he's 88, right? 89's a little high for Bex. A little high. Large up. Endo said large up 90, by the way, I think. I think Endo said large up 90. That's vile. Boys, this is an easy 87. It's an easy 87. Everyone says 90 for Bale. Has to be 90, anything less than a vile. I'm glad we've got some ball knowledge in chat here. I am glad we've got some ball knowledge in chat. Because 90, boys. Boys, Riquelme. This one's too high. Boys, Riquelme's 86 because listen on Riquelme dead quickly. Riquelme's 86 because look at the boys we've rated here. Riquelme is not better than any of these players. Riquelme is on the same level as Hernandez, Veron, Campbell, look, Keane 89, Cole 88, Crespo 87, Zambrotta. He's on that level, boys. Riquelme 86, move on. Nedved. Nah, I can do Nedved, boys. I'll take Nedved. Boys, I'll take Nedved from here. Nedved's 87. The only reason Nedved's not 86 is because he's got a Ballon d'Or. The only reason Nedved's not 86 is because he's got Ballon d'Or. Shevchenko, boys. Shevchenko. We got the best. RN says 87. You reckon down. Best Ukrainian ever at 90. That is, yeah, obviously he's the best Ukrainian ever. We're not doing this. I think 87 spot on. In my honest opinion, I've seen 87. I've seen some 89s. I think 88 spot on Shevchenko. I think EA. Jaden says 88's bang on. That man was a hitman. 88. Pom, son. Bastian Schweinsteiger. What do we reckon? Boys, Bastian Schweinsteiger. 87, nah, 86, exactly, boys. Schweinsteiger comes down. Oh, boys, we're not doing Schwein, 88. Murph's overrated. Murph, spot on. He comes down, boys. My rating would be 87. I've seen some 86s. I think that's harsh. Pom's at 88. He's wrong. 87, I feel like 86 is a bit disrespectful. Spot on. I'm glad we could agree on 87 Schweinsteiger, boys, though. Oh, but boys, ain't none of you know about Socrates. I cannot get you boys to give me a solid Socrates rating. Boys, I see the 90s. We can't rate him. It's fucking Socrates. He's a philosopher. Now, 87, you don't know that. The religious will say 99. He's a philosopher, no? Now, Butragueno, similar as Socrates. I think people can give a little bit better rating. 90. Have we got Butragueno? Oh, Pele has heavy Brazil tax. Yeah, we're getting Pele right down there. Pele and Maradona 89 each. But boys, 99 on the looks tier list. Yeah, boys, that's a different thing. What should we do? Would you crack him? Boys, be honest, would you crack him? I'd crack him. Just be honest with me right now. Would you crack him? I guess 89's fair. Rick, I think so, boys. I think Socrates and Butragueno, they've got the ratings spot on. We're going to start needing some downgrades on these higher ratings. 94, you are waffling. Boys, Furis Ligo. Get me a Furis Ligo. 88. Is Furis Ligo coming down? I was going to say 89 again. I was going to say 89 again. Can anyone convince me of an 88? I've seen a lot of 88s, boys, and I let the socialists have this one last time. This one's going to a dictatorship, and we're keeping him 89. Figo, Ballon d'Or, Barca, Real. Okay, he's getting them aura points, but because of the aura points, we're keeping him 89. He gets the aura icon points. You know what I mean? Carlos Puyol pants down. Carlos Puyol pants down. What we going? What are we going, boys? I think 88. Are we saying 88? I think 89 is not far off, but I think he was more of a leader than like an icon. Anyone back this, right? He was a leader. Oh, yeah, boys, that's a point. Is Puyol better than Desailly and Koeman? I think he's not better than Desailly. I think he was more of a leader. He's more iconic, right? I think he's more iconic, but he's not a better player than Desailly. Do we agree? Nesta, though. What are you saying on Nesta compared to Puyol? But Nesta compared to Puyol. Or we saying Nesta says... I think Nesta's better than Puyol. It's just whether he goes to a 90 or not. I think it's whether he goes to a 90 or not. I'm debating 90. I'm a little stuck. I think it's whether he goes to a 90 or not. And I see a lot of boys. You might have convinced me. 90 defo, boys. All I needed was a bit of convincing. I just needed that push over the edge, boys. I just needed the push over the edge. Pomeroy said he's unreal. Boys, I just needed the push over the edge. That's all I needed. I was thinking 89 or 90. Boys, Hristo Stoichkov. Baller. Baller, 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 baller. But do we move him up? Do we move him up? I think he stays 89 personally, but I want to see what you boys think. Jimpy, 91. Boys who are saying 90 or 91, try and convince me. Try and convince me. I'm going to go 89. If you can convince me 90, 91, I'll see it. I'm here for it. But I think 89. Boys, do we rate Jorginho? Can anyone... Boys, hand on your heart, have you ever seen even a clip of Jorginho? Hand on your heart, have you ever seen a clip of Jorginho? I think he goes down, but I can't be accurate with it. Boys, I think he goes down as well. I'm going to say 87. Boys, we'll go 87. We've not seen him enough. We'll go 87. Oh, this is too high. Now, I can do this one, boys. Again, I can do this one. Boys, I can do this one. Zanetti goes down to an 88. I got it, boys. Everyone relax. I got it. Boys, I got it. I got it. Down to an 88. Even lower to 87. 92. Zanetti was not that good. 87, 88, 88. Zanetti should not be 90. 89 max. Well, kind of, but he's 88, Lenny, you know? What are we saying on Hugo? Boys, I think Hugo Sanchez down. Boys, what do we think on this? Boys, what are you thinking on this? What are we thinking, boys? Just didn't get many achievements. I think he's an 87. Boys, Hugo Sanchez 87. I've seen a few 88s. But you don't know that. Boys, Hugo Sanchez gets an 87, 100%. All right, boys. I know some boys will be passionate about this one. Didier Hogba. Didier Big Hogba. What are we saying? 90 easily. 90. Charco says 88. Boys, Charco said 88. Boys, I think 89 spot on. Drogba is slightly overrated because of how he did in finals. Slightly. If you're saying Drogba 90 or 91, if he's a 90, Drogba's on Del Piero and Raul. Boys, what are we saying? Is Drogba on Del Piero and Raul's? Or is Drogba... Oh, boys, you cannot say Drogba's 91. I will give Drogba 89... Oh, shit, let's not do that. 89 on Drogba. We're going to give it right over the number because we forgot to erase the number on it. 89. 92 on Kenny. I'm finally... 89 is fine for Kenny. Wrong. Boys, you're talking about one of the best players the English League has ever seen. 89. Okay, 92 is too high. 92 is too high. 90. Drogba clears. No, that is such bad ball knowledge, man. I'm Scottish. I've got this. He's 91. Kyle, you're Scottish, though, so we took a bit off. I'm a Liverpool fan. Philip Lahm, boys. I've seen 90s. I've seen 89. Okay, 91's too high, boys. 91 is too high. Noon to 88. Boys, you've got to remember with these icons, you're going to want to rate the ones that were more recent higher. So because of that, you're going to rate Lahm higher. But think about it in context. I know he's more recent, but I think 88. So we'll give Lahm an 89. What about Eric Cantona? I know there's a lot of Man United fans here. I'm a Liverpool fan, right? I'm a Liverpool fan. The man's 90. He came and won Man United their first league in ages. It was pretty much down to him. Hey, boys, 86, 88. We're Liverpool fans, but the guy's 90. Boys, we're Liverpool fans, but the guy's 90. Should be 90, but not higher as a United fan. There we go. Spot on. 89. 90 for Cantona. We'll give him a 90. Not even better than Firmino. 90 for the kid. Boys, Cantona gets a 90. 100%. Oh, boys, this one. Boys, Kaka has to go up. Kaka has to go up. He has to go up. Pomeroy 91. Spot on. Who said 91? Kaka was unreal. Okay, 90, boys. What a baller. Boys, 92. He didn't stick around long enough, right? That's not true. What I mean is, at the end, 92 is too high. 93 is definitely too high. 90, be humble. Nah. This guy's 91. Come on. Kaka 91. Kaka 91. Van Nistelrooy. Boys, what do we think on that Van Nistelrooy? You guys are giving him FIFA ratings because he thinks of FIFA. 87's a little low for me. I think is anyone else thinking 88? I think if you go in 87, you go in based on his FIFA card being a bit crap. 88 spot on. Nah, he's not 90. Schmeichel, what do we say? Schmeichel, I can do this one. Schmeichel's 89 as well. Schmeichel's 89 as well. He's the same as Petr Cech. If you think one of them's better, they're the same rating. He's not better than Petr Cech. No, he's not 90, boys. He's not better than Petr Cech. 89's spot on. Schmeichel, 89. Cech, 89. Spot on. But Cannavaro, a little bit more interesting. Let's get away from the goalkeepers, man. Let's get away from the goalkeepers. Because I've seen 91s. I'm personally giving Cannavaro a 90. 90, I think, is spot on, boys. What do you reckon? 90 Cannavaro. Gary Lineker. Adi comes down, boys. Oh, shit. Boys, I'll start this one off. Boys, I will start this one off. I want anyone's thoughts. Is this too harsh? Because the guy's a legend. Is that harsh? As a man, wrong. Is that harsh? Is 87 harsh? He shat on a pitch. To be fair, he did shit on a football pitch. Finn says not harsh. Yeah, boys. Gary Lineker, if we were doing rating him as a bloke, 99. But 87's good. Mwah, we move on. Gary Lineker, down from 89 to an 87. Mwah, we move on. But, boys, Samuel Eto'o. I think 89's fair. I think 89, but I've seen a lot of 90s, and I might have to give in to the socialism. Okay, boys, hear me out. 91 prime, but his whole career, he stays 89. Boys, 91 prime. I think we can all agree on Eto'o being an 89 overall. I'm glad we all agree. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. We'll move on. Alan Shearer. This one's interesting. I think instead of socialism, you mean democracy. Same thing, mate. Same thing. I think 89. He scored an awful lot of goals. Okay, let's do the... boys, we'll do the test. Before... we might move him to 90. We might... Boys, relax. We might move him to 90. Before we move him to 90, would you say Alan Shearer is better than Moore, Del Piero, Raul, Bergkamp, Casillas, Roberto Carlos, Rivaldo? Boys, Rivaldo, Xavi, Mateus, Pirlo, Best, Hullet. I think he's 89, boys. 89 and a half. I'm going to move on to Bobby Moore. Boys, this is one of the ones where I'm going to get out of the way early. I just want to see. I just want to see some opinions. I just want to see some opinions on Bobby Moore 88. Yeah, World Cup winner. Okay, yeah. I was being harsh. Maybe I was rage baiting. He's not 90. Boys, we're going to stick at Bobby Moore 89. Argue with your wall. Now, Del P. I think he stays 90. Del Piero. Woo. Okay, 96. Let's relax. 89, you reckon? Nah, but... Boys, do you boys know about Del Piero? Boys, I'm glad we agreed on Del Piero 90. I'm glad we agreed. If you went lower, go watch some clips. Raul. Boys, once again, I can change this. Everyone relax. I can change this. Just what do you think? Your dog died, mate. Again, what rating out of 99? Because he's technically a legend now, if he's dead. Technically a legend. I think he's 90, boys. I just want thoughts. Raul 90, then Shearer 90. Nah, Alfie, come on. Raul 90. This comes down. This one's so obvious. Boys, this one is so obvious. Bergkamp is... No, this one's obvious. Are you all right? Bergkamp 87 is mad. Okay, 86 is worse. Someone said 86. Boys. Okay, boys. Maybe a little bit too low. Maybe a little bit too low. He's not getting higher than 88. Bale better than Bergkamp? Yes. How was Casillas in real life? 93 is ridiculous. 93, he's one of the best ever. I don't think you can give a goalkeeper base 93. I don't think you can go goalkeeper base 93. In my opinion, 91. Boys, don't crucify me. Look, I get he scores cool free kicks. I know he scores cool free kicks. Is 88 too low? My main point I want to get across here is that this man cannot stay 90. Boys, he's one of them players that gets the Brazil tax, the cool free kick tax, Galactico tax. Same level as Cole. Cole, we give 88. We give Cole 88. Boys, who would you rather have? I think they're the same rating, but you boys have spoken at 89. Bennett says 90 even. To be fair, Cole, Roberto Carlos. Exactly. And we've rated... Nah, you know what? Nah. Boys, we've rated Cole 88. Carlos cannot be 89. Cole and Carlos are at a minimum on the same level. What do we reckon on Rivaldo, boys? I think Rivaldo gets a 90. I've seen an equal amount of 91s and 89s. 90 because I like him. Fair. 90s, 91 is fair. Simon knows. Boys, Rivaldo 90. Now, boys, this one I'm interested in. I've seen everything from 88 to 92. I've seen Simon say 90, and I genuinely think, again, this one, boys, Gerrard's a 90, so Xavi's a 90, because they're the same level of player. Gerrard's a 90, so Xavi's a 90, because they're the same level of player. Okay, and before you argue about if you're going to argue me about Gerrard and Xavi, go and tell... No. He was instrumental in... Waffle. Listen, Pom. Go and tell Xavi to trap back 60 yards and make a slide tackle at right back, and then afterwards bomb into the box and score a header. Go and tell Xavi to do it. He'll probably say something like, "Oh, can I put it? Busquets, I cannot do that. Busquets." He'll probably say something like that. Because he couldn't do it. From what I know, and this is... I've not watched the Mateus clip. From what I know, boys, I'd go 91. I'm a little bit in the dark on this one. I've seen some 92s. I've also seen some 91s as good. So the Tom, yeah, we'll back it, boys. Mateus gets a 91 from the boys in chat. The socialists have spoken. Socialist has spoken. What about Pirlo? Boys, can I do this one? Boys, can I do this one? Pirlo better than Xavi. Pirlo better than Xavi. Pirlo better than Xavi. Pirlo best passer of all time. Both feet as well. Boys, who knows the story about Pirlo playing a game with his weak foot only because his other foot was injured? Georgie Best, what do you reckon, boys? Don't want to hear any lower than 91. Simon, who do you support, son? 93 is crazy. 93 is crazy. 88, he wasn't all that, although Jimmy Savile is saying that, so, don't get too touchy about it. I don't want to offend. I think he stays 90. Do I give in to the socialism? Because the G'd... Hey, I'll tell you this. The G'd rating is 90, but the consensus rating looks to be 91. But the G'd rating is 90. Let the records tell. The G'd rating is 90. Let the record stand, okay? Let the record stand. 93 on Hull, it's glaze. That's FIFA glaze, Jay, mate. Jay, come on, that's FIFA glaze. Boys, let's make sure we're not FIFA glazing. Boys, I'll tell you right now, this man's getting no higher than a 91. But I think he does get a 91. I think he does get a 91. But he gets no higher. Okay, my opinion on it is this. If you're sitting there, right? No, seriously, look at yourself now. Give yourself a little one of them, right? Just look at yourself, right? Stop what you're doing, look at yourself. If you think Hull is 92 or higher, is it based off FIFA? Is it based off FIFA? Are you there? Are you there going, he's good on FIFA? Boys, we'll go Hull at 91. Who's next on the list, though? Boys, Zico. You boys don't know Zico. Zico is a baller. I'm going off my dad. Right, boys, if we're doing dad knowledge, my dad would probably rate him like 92, 93. Do you know when your dad starts waxing lyrical about someone? So because of that, I could go 92. Yeah, you know what? I'll do it for Father G'd. Father G'd. Carlos Alberto, if you're watching, we'll do it for Father G 92. I couldn't tell you what boots he wore. I couldn't tell you what foot he was. I couldn't tell you if he had nice hair and whether this was, just all a farce. I couldn't tell you anything, boys. What I could tell you is my dad used to wax lyrical about him. What about Carlos Alberto? Well, I'll tell you right now what we're doing. You can piss off with a 91 on Carlos Alberto. You can piss off on it, boys. You can get rid of 90. Boys, he's a right back and he played when they were using leather footballs. I'll meet you boys in the middle and we'll go 89. The guy's a right back when there was leather footballs. Carlos Alberto, if you're watching. Even Harvey's an 88 at best. Eusebio, boys, what do you reckon on Eusebio? 88 for Eusebio? Nah. 89, Reno, boys. 94 might be a little high. Mr. Savile, 94 might be a little high. You know nothing. What would you... Comrade, son. Eusebio. 89, anything higher is FIFA glaze. Do you boys know this man's goal record? JL, mate, I don't think that's FIFA glaze. He goes up 1. He also played with leather footballs. Right? But he was really good at kicking the leather footballs. But I seen some people wanted to downgrade Eusebio. Vile. Eusebio gets a 92. Baggio. Look, if Pomeroy was here, he might back it. He loves an Italian. I'll tell you right now, Baggio's 89 or 90. What do you reckon, 89 or 90? Baggio's not 92, son. Pom says 90, he is here. He's with the missus, but he's here and he says 90. Baggio's better than Carlos Alberto if you're watching, but he's not as good as Eusebio. 91. Jack says 89. I think we'll meet in the middle. Tom says 89. I could do an 89. He has a class movie about him. That's pretty cool. We're going to leave him at 90, boys. We're going to meet in the middle. We're going to leave him at 90. Baggio's 90. What about Cafu? Is Cafu the best right back of all time, or is it Dani Alves, or is it someone else? Dani Alves, Cafu, Zanetti, Carlos Alberto. I think Cafu goes down. I think 91's very high. I think he goes down 1. He goes down 1. Okay, you boys are going up. My logic for this is, I think giving a 91 rated for the... So you boys, are we staying? He is not going higher than 91. Cafu's not higher than 91. You boys want to glaze everyone. We're not doing prime, remember? I think, you know what? Nah, I'm back in my G. I think 90's fair. We're not doing higher... Remember, okay. Let's just relax. We're not doing prime. We're doing overall career. If anyone says Trent was the best right back of all time, I'll bomb their homes. You spelled Holmes wrong, I think. Cafu is 90. Van Basten. Boys, can I do my personal rating first, and then we'll change it? That might be Holy Glaze. That might be Holy Glaze. Van Basten and Eusebio the same rating. I've gone Van Basten higher. More recent. So we'll go Van Basten. Van Basten 93. I've not seen many people argue it. Exactly. I've not seen many people argue it. Baresi. And for context on Baresi, we voted... Where's Nesta? I want Nesta for the context. Where's Nesta? There's Nesta. Should we give Nesta a 90? We took Nesta from an 89 to a 90. It's where do you think Baresi is... Well, where you rate Baresi compared to him. Boys, what do you reckon then? Where people go on either side on Baresi staying 91. Highest rated Italian centre-back, apart from one of them. So out of the Nesta, higher rated. Nah, 90's too low, though. 90's too low. Boys, we're going to go Baresi the same rating at 91. But I'm interested in this next one. Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry. What are you boys thinking? I think he has to be minimum 92. Someone said 90. That's not on. Tech Yorzio says 99. The Gaffer's rating is going to be 93 for Thierry Henry. I think you've got to put him on that level. We've just done Henry. Henry gets to 93. We got Buffon. Boys, this is what you got coming up, by the way. We got Buffon, Charlton, Muller, Puskás, Dini, Yashin, Garincha, Beckenbauer, Cruyff, Dino, R9, Zidane, Maradona, and Pele. These are the ratings we're changing next, boys. These are the ones we got left. We're up to the big boys now. We're on the final straight. But Gianluigi, for me, boys, we give Casillas a 91. Boys, we give Casillas a 91. And I think Casillas and Gianluigi Buffon, 91, same level as Iker Casillas. What do you reckon? I get we like Buffon. Casillas and Buffon are the same rating. Nah, boys. Dictatorship shaking over. Big G, the dictator, takes over. And he's giving Buffon a 91 because he's the same as Casillas. You boys can have Charlton. I want Buffon. Charlton 92 is too high. Charlton 92 is too high. Bro, this is a nostalgia rating. Look at the trim. Boys. Don't bring him down too much. Let's not disrespect the man, right? Let's not disrespect him and his family. But 92 is too high. Stay. Nah, Anton. 92 is too high. 90, no one watched him play. Couldn't do it now. Dridgy, that's a lot of players, though. I think Rooney's better, but we didn't rate Rooney as high, so I'm kind of... Nah, fuck it. We didn't rate Rooney as high. Which means he's the same as Rooney. Bobby Charlton is the same level as player as Wayne Rooney. I think Rooney's probably even better. We give Rooney a 90, so we're giving Charlton a 90. What about Gerd Muller? Gerd Muller's one of the few that I think EA have just got spot on. I think Gerd Muller's one of the few that you just don't change. You just leave him as a 92. Look, he's a great player, but 92's fair. No, boys, 91's a little harsh. Like, Gerd Muller is not in fancy, but EA's spot on, mate. We'll give Muller a 92. I'm glad everyone agrees. Muller 92. What about Puskás, though? Is this one of the ones that's too old? Boys, is Puskás one of the ones that's too old? I think... Okay, boys, if we're going 93... Okay, boys, before we go 93... I see a lot of 93s. Before we go 93, just keep in mind what's coming up next, right? Keep in mind who is currently 93. So, for that, boys, just for that alone, I think 92. Does that make sense? Because you see who's 93. Now that put it in perspective, does that make a little bit of sense? I think Maldini, boys, don't FIFA glaze it. I know he's beautiful. We'd all crack him. No, boys, no, stop it, because we'd all crack him, right? just because you're cracking from behind does not mean he gets 93. Just because you're cracking from behind does not mean he gets 93. The man is a... Right, fine. Fine, shut up. Everyone shut up. We're giving Maldini 93. Shut up, it's fine. What's the beef with Maldini? He's just too beautiful, man. He's just too beautiful. It's not fair, man. Just rate Yashin and shut up. Okay, boys, I can do Yashin. Boys, Yashin didn't even use goalkeeper gloves. You can't... Okay, Buffon and Casillas are better goalkeepers than Yashin. He didn't even use goalkeeper gloves. Buffon and Casillas are better goalkeepers than Yashin. Have you seen Yashin in goal? Don't make me bring it up. Have you seen... Look. Boys. Oh, what are we doing here? Look at this, boys. Look at the state of this. That's what your mum uses to do the weeds in the front. Your mum's used them to do the weeds in the front. We're not giving him any higher than that. I'm not doing it. Garincha, the real goat fucker, boys. The real goat fucker. Same rating. I think he comes down 1. Who's spamming 93? Get rid of... Yeah, 91. Boys, Tekiorgio's not missed tonight. Boys, he comes down 1. But Garincha 91, I'm glad we all agreed. We're getting to the final straight, boys. Who have we got left? Boys, left, we've got Beckenbauer, Cruyff, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, Zidane, Maradona, and Pele. These are the final ones, boys. Boys, these are the final ratings. Boys, we give Maldini a 93, which means Beckenbauer gets a 93. Beckenbauer has to be, and I mean has to be the same rating as Maldini. Okay, 94 is high. 94 is high. You reckon he's lower? Nah. Nah. 90, he's the same as Maldini. 94 is high. Beckenbauer gets a 93 from us, boys. What about Johan? Boys, this is where it gets interesting now. This is what we wanted, really, boys. We're now down to Cruyff, Dino, Ronaldo, Zidane, Maradona, and Pele. Down to the big ones, boys. Johan first. I think this is obvious for me. I think it's obvious. And I think you're going to know why it's obvious in a few ratings. I think he's 94. I think if you're saying 95, my hot take is no single icon should be higher than that. I think 94 is the cap. 94 is the cap we're going to do. I think Messi's the only one who should be above 94. I think Messi should be 95. Everyone else caps at 94. I think this is the highest rating you can get unless you're Messi. What do we think? 92 is vile, Tom. That is vile. Pele was 98. That was prime Pele. These are one-off icons. If we're giving him a 94, what would you give Dino? My opinion on Dino, I'm not locking this in. I think Cruyff was a better footballer than Dino. Dino's more techie, right? Dino's more techie. I get it. I think if Cruyff is 94, Dino's 93. I get why you say Dino. He's an idol. Boys, we've gone Cruyff 94. We've gone Dino 93. What would you go R9? I mean, this is the most interesting one to me because I have no idea where I go on this. 95, 94. Let's not bring FIFA into this, boys. Remember. Let's not bring FIFA into this. 90. There's a lot of 95, 94, 93. I don't think R9... Oh, I don't know. Okay, put it this way, boys. I think he's 93, but I'm tempted at 94. I think if we're doing prime, he's like top. But remember, this man was fat towards the end. Don't let FIFA come into it. I think Cruyff was a better player. Do we agree that R9 and Henry are the same level? I agree. Zinedine, Zidane, what we going? Boys, whoever just said 93, give yourself a pat on the back. Because, listen, 93, in my eyes, we're not downgrading him. It's that the icon level, that top spot should be saved for Messi and Ronaldo. He is the same as R9, and he's not as good as Cruyff. In my opinion, Cruyff is different. Would you boys have this? Would you boys have that? Zidane was not much better than Cruyff, don't beg it. We'd have 94. Do we go for a socialism doing 94? Because I'm 50-50 on 94. I think I could back him being better than R9. Zidane was the last match. Okay, boys, we're giving Zinedine Zidane a 94. Now, Maradona, in my eyes, boys. In my eyes, boys. I'm going to go right out there and say I think he keeps 95. I think... I just said Messi only, though. I don't know. 95 or 94, boys. 95 or 94. I'm really torn. Maradona was insane. I think he's the same level as Cruyff. Okay, this is my logic to you, boys. Maradona gets 94. Zidane has to come down. Zidane has to come down. Zidane, boys, this is my logic on Xabi 93. Because Zidane, Ronaldo, and Dino are the same level. But Cruyff, Maradona, and let's do Pele. Let's do Pele, 94. Let's lock it in. Can we agree on this, right? No. Can we agree on this? Can we agree on this? Pele, Maradona, both 94 with Cruyff. And then Dino, Ronaldo, Zidane, 93. You agree? Maradona and Cruyff. And because. What does that mean, son? No, boys. We're saving 95. Pele, 93. Nah. You fell into the propaganda there. Pele's not 93. Boys, the reason we're not doing 95 is we're saying... Because we're saying, what would you give if we do this, boys? What would you give Messi and Ronaldo? In my opinion, it's this. In my opinion, boys, we go Ronaldo 94. So for context, you have Pele 94, Maradona 94, Zidane is 3, R9 is 3, Dino is 3, and Cruyff is 94, right? I think you go, this is CR7. CR7, right? I think you go Messi 95. What do you think on that? What do you think on that? I think Messi should be the only player at his rating. You agree? Udogi agrees. That's the real Udogi as well. I think Messi should be the only player at his rating. If you're here now and you watched every single icon rating, let's be honest, you're probably the funniest and tallest in your friend group. So hit the subscribe button down below. We're slowly on the way to 1K subs. And let me know down below as well which ratings we got horribly wrong, because I think we actually got most of them spot on. Would EA actually ever update any of these ratings? Because some are just mental. And speaking of mental icon ratings, we recently packed this 99 Hullet live on stream. So if you want to check out whether he is the best card ever released on Ultimate Team, check out this video down below. But until next time, in a bizzle.